Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula, and in today's video, let's look at my 5 most used handbags in 2024. Oh gosh, I really love the end of the year when it's kind of good time to reflect on many aspects of my life, but in particularly looking at my bags, thinking of like what I actually used the most this year. What was the thing that was very just fitting into my life, because I completely accept the fact that I do have handbags that I don't wear every day. They are not the most used ones, even though I still love them. But that there are certain that I kind of am repeating and going back to over and over again. And I thought, let's have a look at the top 5. There are, I think, some not so big surprises and maybe some surprises. I don't know, you tell me when we start doing this, but I thought I would start with probably the number 1 most used one that might not be a surprise for anyone if you have watched my channel before, because it is my Loewe Dice Pocket bag, which I have actually made a video already that this has been my most used bag of this year, and I think that is quite surprising looking at what this actually is, because an extra pocket, like who would use this, who would need this? At least those were kind of the questions that I was going through in my head when I started looking at this bag and actually got it. And I still felt that I was a bit crazy, because I mean, this looks like, well, not a bag, right? But to be honest, this fits into my life so well because I have a dog and I am out with the dog. Well, of course, my husband is also here, but the dog is taken out 3 times a day. There are kind of occasions where I don't have big enough pockets to fit my phone and my keys and such. But this has been amazing. So I've actually used this for taking out my dog. And that means that this has gotten a lot of use. This was something I got for Christmas last year, so in 23. I did pick this out myself, but my mom did very generously assist me in getting this bag. And even at that point, it kind of felt like, is this truly crazy of actually spending money on this? But it really turns out I have been enjoying wearing this and loving it. This strap looks like it's not adjustable, but it is, because you can basically, adjusting this knot, make it shorter or longer. And you can also make it into a shoulder strap or shoulder bag by pulling this. But that's not really the look I'm going for, because crossbody it is for me. There is this beautiful Loewe anagram kind of sticking out, but not really bothering me. That's the old branding it has. And then on the bottom, it says Loewe. On the back, there is 1 pocket. Don't really use it. But as you can see, the closer, it kind of goes thinner at the top, which means that when you just put your hand in, you can slide your phone. I have some dog stuff in there, phone and keys. And then this is relatively shut. So yeah, love it, worn it a lot. Second bag maybe comes as a bit of a surprise. And to be fair, it's not really a luxury bag. This is from Another Stories, I think. A leather, is this shoulder bag, hobo bag, something like that. I actually use this to work. So I have currently my work stuff in here, some laptop sleeves, cords, glasses, umbrellas, whatnot. And I think this just works perfectly on the shoulder, and off I go. And also the fact that this is leather but has like 0 branding. And I am quite proud of myself that I got excited of a non-luxurious brand and a non-luxury bag for a change. Because I feel 0 need to worry about this. And I have used this, let's say, every time I go to the office here where I live, so multiple times per week. And it just, the corners, there is nothing in the corners, which is maybe something that from these is another story's high street brand or upper high street or whatever, but basically these type of bags might show wear a lot faster, but this has shown zero wear, and I do wear it not maybe daily, but multiple times a week. So definitely a great purchase. Thirdly, and by the way, these are not in any particular order, at least from now on. Maybe they were the number 1 and 2 actually that I just showed you, but they shouldn't be in any order. This is my Goyard Saint Louis tote in the GM size. As you can see, it's definitely not holding its shape that well. But I wear this basically every time I go on a business trip. It is just marvelous for that functionality. It weighs nothing on its own, so it is super lightweight, which means that when I stuff this with my things, the bag itself is not heavy. I have noticed though that when I was on a 2-night business trip and I took only this, so I had my work stuff and my clothes and like hygiene products and so on, this got fairly heavy, and these straps that are quite thick didn't really feel the best on my shoulder. That was the first time that kind of has happened, and I started to thinking that maybe anyway going on a multiple night work trip, especially in the autumn winter time when the clothes are also a little more heavy and bigger, and so maybe I could take a bit more stuff with me and maybe like a bigger bag and so on. But regardless of that, I love this bag, and for work especially, I'm not bothered by the Goyard print. I actually like it and somewhat even prefer the look of this compared to the Louis Vuitton monogram. And I have made videos of how this has worn. Mine is now 2.5 years old. Yes, 2.5 years old. And this is showing nowhere in those places that I have heard others complaining about. So the corners are completely fine. There is nothing there. The leather trimming, no cracks, no nothing. So at least this bag itself has been wearing up wonderfully. Okay, I think in addition to the Another Stories bag, this is the only bag on the list that I've actually purchased this year. This is my Chanel wallet on chain, lambskin with silver hardware. I got this in the springtime. I think it was end of February, something like that. And I've actually worn this a lot. This was, of course, a second-hand purchase. Here you have all those inside, and this is the older model, so it has the snap button closure, and this is in excellent condition. The only thing is that the snap button is a bit loose, but I've understood that is kind of what happens with these older style wallet on chains. But regardless of that, I have worn this a ton since I got it, because I'm able to fit into small bags. So this has definitely been one of my favorites on kind of weekends and like non-work related activities. This has been a great bag to use. And I don't know, am I getting old, middle-aged or something? But the Chanel aesthetics is kind of speaking to me more and more. It might also be that I'm becoming brainwashed in this world where everyone is buying Chanels from left, right and center. I definitely have truly enjoyed wearing this during this year, and yeah, I see that happening in the future as well. Final bag is my Celine Folco bag. This is now almost 1.5 years old, so I got it in the autumn 23. I actually use this as my work handbag. I do switch out on my work handbag a bit, so it hasn't been only this. But I somehow keep getting back to this bag because it's so amazing and so easy to wear. It has this beautiful crossbody strap, which is adjustable, and it has this magnetic flap that is just like, you can just release it and it goes down. Easy to put your hand in here. Okay, I seem to have my wallet and stuff, but it's amazing. It has this suede lining, a beautiful bag, which is just super practical to use, and I'm so happy that I went with this. And I love the fact that I don't really see these bags that often, and even though it has this massive Celine logo on front, it is tonal, so it's not like super flashing in your face. And plus, if you don't know this Triumph pattern, you don't know that this is a luxury bag, which is also something I purely enjoy. So yeah, this bag has gotten so much wear during this year, and looking at the leather, there are, I think, some thin marks maybe visible, not that much, but the leather has held it up so well, or it has held up so well, considering that I have used this as my like everyday handbag for almost 1.5 years. So it's just like amazing. Okay, I think those were the kind of top 5 bags. Of course, I do have like summary bags and so on, but if I'm thinking of like the whole year, what I've used the most, it comes down to these bags. And it's kind of nice to also see that it's not always the newbies that get the status of most worn or most used bag, but that I've actually made good purchases also earlier, and now I'm able to enjoy them. So yeah, that's just amazing. What are your most used bags this year? I would be so happy to continue the conversation down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.